The economic downturn of recent years has made things tough for many families. But is the answer moving lock, stock and barrel 12,000 miles across the world in search of work?
Financial advisor Andrew Mannell has his own money worries.
The economic climate has affected income quite severely. With the family to feed, it's frightening.
His solution is to move to New Zealand, where he believes he can earn a better living and spend more time with his family.
Dad said that if we moved there, then it might be easier to do stuff together as a family.
But this is a tough challenge. They'll have to face up to leaving loved ones behind.
It's not good that you need to go to another country to make a start. It'd break your heart to see them go.
So will family back home put a stop to Andrew's dream?
It's going to be irreparable damage to the relationship between my mum and myself.
There's a soul-searching week ahead for everyone. New Zealand is one of the world's least crowded countries. Less than 4.5 million people live in an area about the same as the United Kingdom. It has lots of wide open space and rugged landscape, giving New Zealanders a reputation for being both laid back and keen on an active lifestyle. It's no wonder that many Britons feel it could offer them a less hectic way of life. Andrew and Tracy Mannell live just outside Great Yarmouth with their 3 children. Olivia, who's 11, Abigail, 8, and the youngest Harvey, who's 2 years old. After being made redundant a few years ago, Andrew retrained as a financial and mortgage advisor, but the collapse in the UK housing market has made life very tough.
The economic climate has affected income quite severely. Being self-employed, you've got no basic salary to fall back on. If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's as simple as that. With the family to feed and to look after, I feel a real responsibility. It's frightening.
I think he probably got in just at the wrong time, just as it was sort of dwindling, and so he's really struggling now, no matter how hard he works. He's earning far less than he was 5 years ago, and our outgoings are going up, our family's getting bigger, so there's less and less money.
Andrew's desperate to move his family to New Zealand, where he believes he can make a secure living and gain a better quality of life.
I think it's very important, to be able to spend more time with the family, which is what we don't have here. Tracy tends to go to work a couple of evenings a week. We then meet up again at 9 o'clock, 9:30 when she gets home, by which time the children are in bed.
Dad said that if we moved there, then it might be easier to do stuff together as a family.
Like go on more bike rides, stuff like that.
Because it's easy for bike rides and stuff like that we enjoy doing when we do get the opportunity to do them.
But Andrew's plans to save his family life are not going down well with eldest daughter Olivia.
At the moment, I don't want to go. I'd much rather stay, because I've got so many good friends and family, and I just want to stay with them.
Olivia's 11 and a half, just started high school, which she absolutely loves. All she sees is being torn away from her friends and her school, and she's just very reluctant to give all that up.
And while Olivia doesn't have the final say, even Tracy is not won over yet.
I'm a long way from saying, yes, that is the right thing for us. Andrew would, yes, he'd go tomorrow, but I'm not at that stage yet. I've got friends here, I've got family here who I depend on, and if I'm going to lose that, I've got to be sure that I can make it there.
And the family pressure is already on Tracy. Even the suggestion of moving away has caused friction between her and her mother.
She is absolutely devastated and very, very hurt. I mean, this has got to the stage in the summer where we weren't speaking at all. We have been speaking recently, but I cannot mention New Zealand at all. It's a total no-go area. And it has had a big impact on me. It's very hard. It's, what do you do? I mean, obviously she's my mum and I love her, but I've got my husband and my children as well.
Andrew is desperate to give his family the best he can, but knows that it will all be for nothing if Tracy or the children are unhappy.
The Mannells have a week in New Zealand to sample work, property and lifestyle. But which particular part of the country would offer them the best chance of putting their dream to the test?
Auckland is New Zealand's largest city with a population greater than Birmingham. It's also known as the City of Sails due to its 3 spectacular harbours. Property is expensive here, good for Andrew's work, but buying a house for themselves might be difficult on their budget. With a quarter of the population of New Zealand living here, it might not be the lifestyle the Manells are looking for. Christchurch is the international gateway to South Island with a population of 350,000. Known as the Garden City, it's famed for its open spaces and schools, which would benefit the children. Average property prices are £50,000 less than in Auckland, so this might suit the budget, but wages are correspondingly lower. Napier on the east coast of North Island is a harbour town famed for its Art Deco architecture. With a smaller population than Christchurch and Auckland, the property market might not be large enough to support Andrew's business as a mortgage advisor.
We've decided that Christchurch will be the best place for the Manells to consider. With cheaper property than Auckland, but more work opportunities than Napier, it provides a good base for the family to sample New Zealand life.
During their week in New Zealand, the Manells will be looking at the sort of property they could buy.
That's not a family garden, so unfortunately not suitable for us as a family.
Finding out if they actually can afford the move.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
And discovering the emotional cost of leaving family behind.
It is very hard to make that decision. There's so many other people that it does affect.
The Manells' journey takes them across 3 continents and over 12,000 miles. They finally arrive in Christchurch after 24 hours in the air and get their first real idea of how far from home they would be moving.
It is very, very tiring and hard work sometimes, especially if you're travelling with children.
Yeah, you can say, oh, it's 24 hours or whatever, but until you actually do it, you can't comprehend what that's like.
I can see my mum and dad doing it, but I don't think it'd be an annual visit because it is so long.
I think it would just be your mum and dad. They would be the only ones that would be able to do a journey like that, to be honest.
Yeah, grandparents know.
The drive from the airport gives them some time to get over the shock of just how far they've travelled. Their base for the week is an old colonial home in the borough of Richmond with 3 bedrooms. But will it help Andrew persuade Tracy that New Zealand is the place for them?
Nice.
I like that fireplace.
Proper bricks as well. Just like home. Could get used to this.
Oh, that's nice and bright, isn't
Nice size.
Yeah.
Very Victorian style.
The style of the house.
Yeah.
Oh, decking. We don't have any decking, do we? Oh,
This will be ours then.
yeah.
Right. Good night.
That's you done, is it?
I'm here for the duration.
As the week begins, it's time for everyone to get some well-earned rest. They're going to need all their energy for the tough decisions that lie ahead. In the UK, the Manells have lived in this 3-bedroom Victorian terraced house for the last 9 years. It's only a 5-minute walk from the beach, but Abigail and Olivia have to share a room. More space would definitely be on their wish list.
When I get to teenage years, I probably want my own room. And you'll probably feel the same, Abigail. You'll probably want your own room as well.
I already want one now.
Yeah.
With a growing family, the Manells are hoping their expected budget of £190,000 will stretch to something a little larger in New Zealand. But of course, where they choose to live will decide how far their money will go.
Property in the city is predictably expensive. If they wanted this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in the suburb of Bishopdale, it would cost them around £240,000. It's quite a bit more than they'd expect to get for their UK property, so city life is not an option just yet. If they move nearer the coast, the Manells might live in the port township of Littleton. It's 20 minutes from central Christchurch, but perhaps has more character. Called the Lighthouse, this property has stunning coastal views, 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There'd be plenty of space, and at £210,000, it might be within reach. For country living, the Manell family could sample the area of Brooklands, which is half an hour drive from Christchurch. It's known for its outdoor lifestyle, and the area offers homes like this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house at a similar price to the coastal property. But this one has a swimming pool.
The Manells enjoy living near the sea, so we're going to show them 3 properties close to the coast. This is Andrew's first chance to try and convince Tracy and the girls their future would be brighter in New Zealand.
Property 1 is in the coastal suburb of New Brighton. This single-storey double-garaged house with garden could be a nice start to life down under. It's within their budget at £150,000, but only has 3 bedrooms, which the girls won't like.
That's all right, isn't it?
You've got a separate dining area. Still open plan, but that's. I think that's going to be the way it is over here anyway.
Yeah. Kitchen?
These.
It's not. I mean, it's not huge, but it's all right. There's a fair
No.
cupboard space.
Oh, you can certainly work in there.
Yeah, certainly live with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, good.
Oh yes, I like that.
That's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Wow.
Oh, look at the garden. It was out onto the garden.
Right, I'm sold. So this is the 2nd bedroom, is it? So this would be your room, wouldn't it? Yeah. Once you get the double bed out, you'd have a bit more floor space, wouldn't you? So that'd be fine, I think.
Olivia and Abigail seem rather unimpressed, but Harvey is well catered for.
Right, so this is the little room. Again, that's not bad for a little single bedroom for Harvey, is it? Yeah. You think that's nice? Do you like it better than our one at home? Yeah. Would you like to come and live here? Yeah.
It seems to be Tracy who's doing the big sell to the children, but what has Abigail found?
What's through here? Well, that's not a bedroom, is it?
Oh. Oh wow.
Look at it. Wow.
But Andrew is thinking of the girls and has an idea.
Instead of using this as a garage, you could convert this into a living space. This could be another bedroom.
So you could have one
You
each.
could half this, probably.
Yeah.
Now, what about the garden?
Oh, this is nice. Yeah, there's plenty of room, isn't there?
And it's nice that it's
Yeah,
enclosed
we'll
as well.
have this one. Yeah, I think.
We don't need to look at any others then.
That's it. Fine, thank you very much. We'll have this one.
The lack of a 4th bedroom is still a problem for Andrew. If he can't be sure they'll find what they want, how will he ever persuade Tracy?
Downside for me would be if we couldn't convert the garage. I think with the girls sharing that bedroom, they would be on top of each other.
I can't find any negatives. I like it. I want it.
If Tracy's as keen about all the properties, Andrew will think she's ready to move tomorrow. But this is only the first hurdle. There are plenty more to come. Property 2 is in the suburb of Parklands, a short walk from the beach. Olivia and Abigail will be happy that there are 4 bedrooms. At £170,000, it's still within their budget. What will everyone make of it? Will this house help Andrew's cause?
Oh, this is bigger.
It's also got a little bit more character to it.
Yeah.
Just little features.
Yeah. Should we go through the kitchen?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Again, it's not huge, but mind you, I don't know if it's a little bit smaller than the other one, actually, is it? Can't say I'm that keen on the floor.
Oh, Harvey, you're going to like this one.
Oh, look, it's a little boy's bedroom.
And what about space for the girls?
Oh, it's about the same size again. Oh, that's nice.
Look, there.
Oh, look at that.
Mine.
Are you sure?
Yes, definitely.
Well, that's Abigail sorted. What about Olivia and Mum and Dad?
Oh wow.
That's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That is gorgeous.
Yes, mine. Mine, yes. Mine.
To be honest, this is so big, you could have both the girls sleep up here and make one of the rooms downstairs like a sitting room for them, couldn't you? You wouldn't like
I
that.
wouldn't like that idea.
Olivia is making it very clear that she needs a room of her own.
Oh, it's nice. Nice size.
I love it.
I like that. Got barbecue pit.
Oh, it's all right then, isn't it? You're happy.
Yep.
I could really see myself living here. That's two I bought. Two houses I've bought now. But yeah, no, I could definitely make this a home, I think.
We're going to become New Zealand property
Yeah,
moguls.
we'll just buy all of them. We like them all.
Once again, it's Tracy who seems ready to move in and Andrew who's being cautious.
The only concerns that I would have is the schooling in the area. And I've heard that the schools with this particular area aren't fantastic. So I'd want to look more into that.
Obviously a concern, isn't it?
Yeah.
Much as I like the house, if the schooling wasn't right, I couldn't buy the house. It's got to be the right schooling for the children. That's really, really important.
With a young family, property hunting is about more than just bricks and mortar, and Andrew's obviously keen to find out about the local school situation. If they can't find a house they can afford in an area with a good school, then all Andrew's plans will be off. Perhaps Property 3 will help. It's right by the beach in the suburb of North Shore and closer to good schools. It only has 3 bedrooms and is more expensive at £220,000. Could they squeeze into this one, physically and financially?
Oh, cool.
You like it, isn't it? Kitchen, it's a nice kitchen, isn't it? God, I like that. It's a nice kitchen.
I like that.
That's a nice room.
Really nice.
You can keep the open plan, or you can shut it off and make it a room, can't you?
Yeah.
You've got the option.
For when we're entertaining, you'd have it open.
You've got to make some friends before you can entertain.
Planning a dinner party already. What about space outside?
No, this is beautiful. That's not a family garden.
You've got no grass.
You've got no grassed area for the children to run around. It's unfortunately not suitable for us as a family, I don't think.
Back inside, there's one more room to see before going upstairs.
Oh, it's bigger than it looked. I thought it was just going to be
I thought it was a...
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was just a little box then, but...
Mine. Balcony. Mummy.
Oh.
I have dibs on this bedroom.
No, this is Mummy and Daddy's bedroom. Let's go see what's out here.
Oh, wow.
There are lovely views from the balcony which connects to another bedroom, and there's even more space in the loft.
Oh, wow. I want this room. This would be my room because I want
I think you've nabbed nearly every room so far, haven't you?
I want our own room.
Right. It's more like not an apartment, but it's being separated. It just gives it a
That's
bit
why I
of
like
character,
it.
doesn't it? I think it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
It's a lovely property.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah. Shame we can't afford it at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah,
I think this would have to be within the 5-year plan.
Yeah, to try and get to something like this, definitely.
Overall, they really liked the properties Christchurch has to offer. Tracy was ready to move in as soon as she saw property number 1, but ideally they needed to extend it to gain an extra bedroom. Property 2 was large enough but needed further research about the local schools. And Property 3 had the wow factor. Olivia loved the idea of sleeping in the loft room. From what they've seen, will they vote for houses back home in the UK or in New Zealand?
Based on the properties we've seen here today, our vote goes to... New Zealand!
The Manels are pinning their hopes of a better family life on this move down under.
We're going to become New Zealand property
Yeah,
moguls.
we'll just buy all of them.
Can they even afford the life they dream of?
That's a big jump, isn't it?
I'm shocked.
Or will the move be shattered by family back home?
The only way that I can appease my mum now is by saying that no, we've abandoned all ideas, we're not going to do it. If we say no, we're coming, I think I'm pretty much got to say goodbye to her.
Tracy has been won over by New Zealand property and can already see herself moving in. But this is only the first hurdle. They won't be able to move anywhere if there isn't work to pay the mortgage.
Back in the UK, Andrew Manel works as a financial advisor, specialising in mortgages. He became self-employed 2 years ago, but the drop in the property market means his work all but dried up, and now his salary is down to £18,000.
If I was looking to arrange a mortgage for somebody 18 months ago, that would normally have completed within around about 6 weeks. Now it can be anything 8, 10, 12 weeks, and we work on a commission basis normally. So until it does complete, I don't get paid, which means there's no income coming into the family.
In New Zealand, we've arranged for Andrew to spend a day with a mortgage advice company. He's got to prove he could earn a good living and that he's right to push the rest of the family into making the move.
At the moment, the job that I do isn't on a wanted skills list. In order to get that visa, I will need to have the offer of a job, because we won't score enough points purely based on my qualifications and experience. So that in itself is a big thing.
This is crunch time for Andrew's New Zealand dream.
Andrew, how you doing? Matt Gordon.
Hi, Matt.
Nice to meet you.
And you?
You're a long way from home.
Yeah, just a bit.
Far out. Come and have a look. I'll show you around.
Thanks very much.
So are Andrew's skills going to earn him a significantly better salary in New Zealand than back home?
In the UK, I'm a financial advisor, but I specialise in residential mortgages, the protection that goes with it. But I've also got my own will writing practice as well on the back of that. And now go out there and see my clients and do pretty much a full financial package for them.
Fantastic. And I think that's what will be of benefit to you here also.
Yeah.
The mortgage industry in the UK has gone through a process of regulation, and it meant Andrew had to get extra qualifications. It seems this might be to his advantage.
What's happening later this year, the financial services industry are going through some pretty heavy regulation. So if you were to come on board sooner rather than later, I think you'd actually find yourself in a good position going forward. So I think in terms of where you're at, in terms of timing, it couldn't be better.
So how have you guys found it being affected by the recession?
I think we have found it to be a quiet year last year. I think the expectation of this year is that things are picking up. The banks are starting to ease their lending criteria, so we're just starting to see a bit of forward momentum and house prices holding. So yeah, it's going to be a good year for us to get out there and just and start working hard again.
Things are now looking promising, and being financial advisors, it's not long before they start talking money.
So if I made the move over, what kind of salary would I expect with my experience?
The finance side of things in New Zealand, you could go in on a full salary package and start somewhere around about the $60,000 mark, probably more bank-based, and if you were to go out completely on your own and drum up essentially the bulk of your own business, I think you could earn well in excess of $100,000.
Well, that's good news. It seems that even starting out, he could earn £10,000 a year more than he earns back home, eventually maybe double that. While Andrew's been checking out work prospects, Tracy and the children are seeing what they make of Christchurch. Throughout the day, Andrew's research into work is obviously on Tracy's mind.
Andrew's work is obviously the biggest factor, because if he can't get a job, then we can't come, definitely. But it's got to be a job that's right for him, because he's the one out doing it every day. He can't just have any job. So yeah, that is the biggest factor really.
But can Tracy see herself making the move?
Bits of it I love, and other bits I'm not so sure. I can't say I've sort of swung one way or the other at the moment, really. Some of it does seem a bit backwards, back in the sort of 1950s, 1960s a bit. I don't know at the moment if I could adjust to that. I'm not ready to say yes, definitely, yeah.
Back at the office, Andrew wants to know more about the crucial work-life balance. That's a key reason for putting his family through all the turmoil of a move. He hopes working in New Zealand will mean more time with the family.
Back in the UK, I'm working 5 days a week with about 3 evenings as well. What kind of hours would I be working?
There is an expectation of doing those nights, but I think you could, you wouldn't have to be doing any more than 2 or 3 nights, that's for sure. And in fact, you'd try and keep those to a minimum. And I think you wouldn't be doing a lot of weekend work either.
So what's the likelihood of me being able to come over and find a position?
Your opportunities here are really good. I mean, I think the key to it is the experience that you've got in terms of what you're already doing. I think all we've got to do is bring you up to speed with sort of like the local knowledge, and with regulation looming, I think there'll be plenty of opportunity here for you.
Great.
As he'll need a job offer to secure a visa, that's good news. But how did he think it went?
In all honesty, I was quite surprised. There does seem to be quite a few opportunities here. that I can make the most of. And if I was to look at a salary position with a bank, then the earnings are still going to be in the region of about 30,000, which would be great to give us a foothold on the ladder and then possibly look to move on from there. So that's a real bonus.
Despite his good prospects, Andrew will still have to work the same hours as in the UK, meaning no extra time with the family. But maybe Tracy won't have to work. So where does Andrew see himself working, here in New Zealand or in the UK?
Based on the time and the work experience that I've had today with Matt, my vote goes for working in New Zealand. I appreciate that the hours that I'll have to put in originally will be harder, similar to the ones that I'm working in the UK, but the salary will be higher, which will mean a better lifestyle for the family.
Andrew can see his dream of living in New Zealand getting closer, but Tracy is still unsure and worried about the repercussions with her family.
Although it's a fantastic place, it's lovely, you know, the realisation of what you're leaving behind, I am still uncertain, definitely. Mum doesn't want us to come because her life is based very much around her family. There's just me and my sister, and so she just sees that she's losing half her family. If we do make the move, I definitely think Andrew's parents would come. I know they would. I really don't think my mum would. I would be very surprised if she came round, and she would probably come round in terms of talking to me again. I'd be able to phone her and things like that, but no, I have to say I can't think that she would ever make the trip.
Andrew is convinced he can earn a good living in New Zealand. But if they're going to afford the property they really want, they have to get a good price for their house back in the UK.
In Norfolk, the Mannell family own a 3-bedroom terraced house, which they bought for £55,000 in August 2000. They now think it's worth around £140,000. What do the experts think? We've sent some local estate agents round to find out its current value.
Right, this is the lounge. Obviously been redecorated sometime recently, although I have to say I don't like the door. Coloured panels like that are a little passé now, and what does the blue go with? Nothing.
The hall. It goes with the hall.
Clearly the dining room. Nice stripped floor. It's a shame they painted it, but it's a nice feature nonetheless. Quite nicely fitted kitchen. The brick carcassing housing unit there for the oven and around the breakfast bar is very passé.
You can go off people.
I see a bit of a feature fireplace. An original coving. Excellent.
Well, they like something then.
Now this is the main bedroom, which is at the front of the house. It's a decent size because it's over the lounge and also the hallway. Decor is a little dated and a little sudden in my view. It might bring on a bit of a migraine with me, but it is a really nice sized room.
I really don't like that.
It's a good size double. Nice south aspect.
Some of the house has been redecorated recently, but there are areas which still need to be done, and things like the brickwork, the housing units, so the kitchen, that could do with being tidied up. For a quick sale, I would suggest putting the property on the market at $130,000. It should sell at that quite quickly.
In today's current market, I would value it in the region of £125,000, but suggest a guide price slightly higher.
Okay.
That's about what I think.
Yeah? No, I expected about 135, I must admit.
I don't think that's a big enough drop to stop us coming, is it?
No.
I mean...
We just had to change our budget when we look out here. And having seen the properties that we've looked at, and that's only 3 this week, then, yeah, I think there's room for manoeuvre.
Andrew doesn't think this will affect their ability to make the move. But they need to know they'll be able to afford the lifestyle they're after once they get to New Zealand.
We've prepared a rundown of their expenses in the UK and the corresponding costs here in Christchurch.
Income, yeah, £2,380. OK. Council tax at home is 110.
Yeah.
Council tax here
Oh,
is
it's
109.
109. Oh, I see, yeah. Oh, so that's the same anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Water usage is free in Christchurch. Don't pay for your water. Wow, that's a bonus. Healthcare, 111 a month. Prescriptions on top of that, and you've got to pay for children's prescriptions as well, not just adults. And we don't pay for any at the moment, do we? Right, so we've got to work it out on a monthly basis.
24.
Groceries.
Some of the cereals are more expensive over here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pure orange juice.
Pure orange juice. Livy's going to have to stop drinking that then. That's a big jump, isn't it? Nothing in it, really.
So
£16 a month.
£16.
More expensive to live here. Well, as long as I haven't done something drastically wrong, yes, we can afford it.
I think the fact that my earning potential has almost doubled.
Yeah. So that makes a big
massive
difference.
difference, yeah. Yeah.
Even though some of the things in New Zealand are more expensive because of your earning potential, that makes it much more affordable. Yeah, definitely.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Pleasant shock.
Yeah.
Very pleasant shock.
Good news.
Can we just check this later to make sure
We will do.
So after Tracy has time to double-check the figures, which way are they going to vote?
We've looked at the figures and comparing the cost of living in New Zealand to the UK. Our vote goes to New Zealand.
So the figures add up. But there's a lot more for the Mannells to consider before they make such a huge decision. And it's the effect the move will have on the children that's taking up a lot of Andrew and Tracy's thoughts.
They're aware that eldest daughter Olivia is worried about leaving friends and family and doesn't want to move from the UK.
At the moment, I don't want to go. I'd much rather stay because I've got so many good friends and family, and I just want to stay with them and I don't want to go.
In an effort to show Olivia that she will be able to make new friends, they're taking her and Abigail to a local drama club to meet some young New Zealanders. This has got to go well. The girls' future happiness is crucial to Andrew and Tracy's hopes.
Hey guys, welcome. Oh, if you'd like to come along in the circle with us, and I'll introduce you to everybody and we'll have to start our drama class. Everybody go, mad.
It doesn't take long for the girls to jump in and get into the spirit of things.
Good, Olivia, good. Thanks,
And then it's time to pair up. So how will they get on forming new friendships? While the girls are busy, Andrew, Tracy and Harvey have time to meet Joe and Tony, whose children attend the drama class. It's time to pick up some local knowledge.
So what's the education like here for the girls?
The educational system here in New Zealand is brilliant. We're very, very happy with it. There is a zoning issue here in Christchurch for high schools, so you do have to live in a close proximity to the high school that you choose. So, for example, girls' high school, you have to live in a particular zone, as with boys' high school as well.
Does that have a big effect on sort of, being able to get properties? Are they quite hard to get?
Yeah, they're a little bit more
areas?
expensive in the zones according to the
prices
schooling.
are.
Yeah, so that's an issue as well.
It's only been a short encounter, but after spending time with some New Zealanders, what did the Mannells think about making new friends?
We've met some locals here today, so our vote for making friends in New Zealand goes to UK.
New Zealand.
Oh.
So why UK then?
I think because everyone's the same as you, because they all talk the same, so it would be easier and you wouldn't be the odd one out. And I think it's just easier in the UK because in New Zealand they're all different, and it's I feel like the odd one out.
Olivia is still attached to friends back home and feels like an outsider in New Zealand. Andrew and Tracy could face more opposition to the move if this feeling spreads to Abigail. If the girls are really unhappy, then all Andrew's plans will be off. Despite Olivia's misgivings, the rest of the family think they could make a new life in New Zealand. Perhaps Olivia will warm to the idea too. It's been a very tough week so far, and it's time for a bit of relaxation.
I think that the work experience that we did, looking at the figures, the houses, is just reinforced it for me that this is something that we can seriously look into. and that it is a strong possibility for us to move out here and have a better life. The fact that I could earn more out here than I can in the UK would certainly make life easier for us.
Hopefully the salary that you could get, there's no real pressure on you to work to start with. So, you know, when you are home, we'd all be together, wouldn't we? Whereas at the moment, when you're home, I'm flitting off to work.
If we've got a better lifestyle for ourselves, then it's going to be worth it for us.
And Olivia and Abigail have been thinking hard about what becoming New Zealanders would mean for them.
I think there's just more to do out here together, and that we'd be able to spend more time together. And that Dad would earn more money, so they could spoil us more.
Well, first of all, I was just really going to come here if we can. I'm sort of half and half now, but when we came here I realised that it would be friends and family that I would miss, and I probably wouldn't be able to leave them without them.
Poor Abigail is clearly missing home. Andrew and Tracy see a lot of benefits in a move to New Zealand, but throughout their week's trial, everyone has been thinking of those they'd leave behind. So, watching messages from back home could be the biggest test yet for Andrew's dream.
Hi guys.
Hi!
Hi kids.
Hi Libby! Hi Abby, it's your best friends here.
Hello Andrew and Tracy and the children.
Andrew is my oldest friend. I can't really remember when I haven't known him, although he's 6 months older, so we're in different school years. We spent a bit of time at the same school, and really I've known him sort of ever since.
He's a hard-working, conscientious, loving son.
Lovely kids. Really smashing kids.
Yeah. The two girls are so clever.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very bright children.
Oh, the children are lovely. Yeah, they really are. I mean,
Harvey takes a bit of getting used to, but he's
pretty good with you, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. They're our grandchildren. What else are we going to say? Of course they're good. Of course they're the best.
Tracy's a smashing girl.
Yeah.
Smashing girl.
I always remember when we was growing up, it's like having a second mum. My mum would say, or if I was going out, where are you going? And she'd say, we'll be back by 10. I always felt it was another mum to answer to.
You know, they want to do well for the children, and they possibly
Feel that that's perhaps one of the better places to go.
I don't know how it will be. I've got no idea of you.
heartbroken.
Yeah.
We'll just miss the relationship that the two families have built up together, having babies and having children growing up. And I think that's what we'll miss the most.
Yeah, I would really miss her. And I think she might make friends out there. She probably will, because she's quite a likeable girl.
Tracy saying goodbye to her mum. I really do think that might be the...
Well, and her sister as well, and Andrew's family.
Yeah.
I think it would be difficult for anyone to do. I mean, obviously some people don't see their parents and aren't close. I mean, I know she's still got me, but it's half of her family, and she doesn't want to see them go.
I think they'll find it hard.
Yes, I think initially it will be hard work, you know, and...
It's not good that you need to go to another country to make a start, you know, to carry on.
Not easy. Not easy.
If they do go, it's going to break your heart to see them go.
Yeah. I don't really know what it will be like to say goodbye. Just hope you're enjoying it. And look forward to seeing you when you come home.
It's unusual for me not being able to think of something to say.
Granddad lost for words.
I miss you so much, you and the children. And I just wish you all the best, and we're 100% behind you all the way. Good luck, darling.
I hope you're missing us
As much as we're missing you.
Just to say that we do miss you. And hope you are having a smashing time. See you later.
What's the matter? aren't we? We haven't left yet, darling. We haven't done it yet.
Are you worried about what it'd be like if we do move out? Yeah. It is very hard to make that decision because you know it's not just affecting you. There's so many other people that it does affect.
It's always a massive wrench, leaving friends and family behind. And just the thought of it will make the Mannells' final decision very difficult. So, at the end of their week, how do they feel about moving to New Zealand?
I'm still quite undecided. I think I've come round a lot more than perhaps before we came because it is such a lovely place and the people are so lovely and so welcoming. Whereas before I wasn't quite sure whether it would be right for us in terms of work and living and things like that. I think I've answered a lot of those questions this week.
I've never stood with a gun to Tracy's head and said this is what we will be doing. Tracy's a strong enough character to say that if she didn't want to do it, then we wouldn't do it. I've always said that it's got to be right for all of us.
I'm kind of half and half at the moment because I'm thinking about the good things and the bad things of both sides.
Part of me does and part of me doesn't, and part of me that doesn't is because I'm going to miss family.
It's more open, more friendly than England, but then again, England does have its perks because all your family are there and none of your family are here. You'd be starting new.
The girls look at the here and now rather than a few years in the future and the benefits that it could hold.
It is still, for me, the family pull. That's what I'm struggling with at the moment. The only way that I can appease my mum now is by saying that, no, we've abandoned all ideas, we're not going to do it. If we say no, we're coming, I think I'm pretty much got to say goodbye to her. Still not quite sure at the moment which way the final vote's going to go. I really don't know. I feel like I'm being pulled one way and the other at the moment, so I'm not quite sure until we actually get them in our hand to see.
After flying halfway round the world in search of a new life and experiencing a roller coaster of a week, where do the Mannell family want to live? Back in the UK or in New Zealand?
Based on everything that we've seen this week in New Zealand, our final vote goes to New Zealand! Did we all get it? Hey!
I'm still unsure about leaving family behind. It would be very hard. I don't know that I'll ever reach a peace with myself about that. But the opportunities here, the prospects are just so much better that I think the good outweighs the bad of leaving family behind. And I just think we've got to take the plunge and at least try and go for it if we can.
Even though friends and loved ones back home were a massive pull for the Mannells, they really could see a brighter future for the whole family in New Zealand. A new life awaits them, and we wish them all the best.
Join us again when another British family has to decide whether to move where they're wanted down under.
Well, comedy tonight at the airports with Matt Lucas and David Walliams, and Come Fly With Me at 9, and then Lee Mack and Tim Vine and the return of Not Going Out at 9:30. But next this morning, Homes Under the Hammer.